Hidden assets can appear to be a difficult problem if you're a creditor. If you're looking to find hidden assets that's owed to you, a licensed investigative firm can do a lot of things that you might not consider. This is Dave at AFX Search, licensed investigators. Remember that that asset itself might be hidden, but the activity to hide the asset and even support it after the fact is sometimes very difficult to conceal. So let's say somebody had a suitcase full of money, $1 million, and they wanted to bury it back here behind me underneath the Alamo. That money might be hidden, but the footprints getting it there, the hole that they dug, even if they covered over, is going to leave residue. It's going to leave a track. It's going to leave a history that that asset was moved. The same metaphor and analogy holds true if you hide money in a secret bank account. You may not find that bank account, but it had to come from somewhere. You may find the transfer out before it disappeared. You may find a credit card payment for the fee for a safe deposit box. You may find a small check written for a courier to bring a bag of documents somewhere. The activity of moving that money creates as much identity, it creates as much residual activity as the asset itself, sometimes more so. And people who are hiding assets sometimes believe that if they have that asset hidden, the asset itself is out of sight. But all the activity around moving it there, preparing for it, sometimes even internet activity on a person's computer can show their research about hiding the asset. Once it's hidden, even if all that fails, most assets need some kind of care and feeding, as we call it. If there's a house that's in somebody else's name that the money was used to purchase, that house needs insurance. That house needs taxes paid. It needs utilities paid. In most cases, the person who has the house in their name who didn't actually buy it, they're not going to pay the taxes on it. They're not going to pay the insurance on it because it's not really their house. It's just in their name for hiding. So somebody's got to pay that. If that's the case, then those payments or that transfer of money is going to be obvious. Same holds true for even bank accounts. Bank accounts need maybe annual fees. They might need things like documents filled out and sent in every year. They might need tax returns on the interest. There's a lot of activity that goes around any type of asset. Even if you have a suitcase full of gold bars hidden somewhere. We found assets where it was actually a container full of casino chips that was that debtor's way of hiding money. Well, the activity that supports it is if you had a bag of money hidden somewhere, wouldn't you want to make sure it's there every once in a while? And surveillance was the thing that discovered that asset, because a person with an asset that's not being cared for by a custodian, like a real estate agent, like a bank, like a financial institution, is going to want to double check themselves. They won't be able to sleep at night unless they see it. Them seeing that was the trigger that identified that. So don't worry if your debtor has tried to hide assets. There's still ways to track down where that money went. It's a flow of funds. It's a transfer of asset classes from one to another. It's a support, or what we call care and feeding of that asset. If you do have a supposedly clever adversary in your debtor, give us a call. Our website is afxsearch.com. We'd be glad to help.